It is Listen to Sun 969. We're going to get into part two, talking about OC spray.
Yeah, look, we've already got into a big discussion about the ramifications, the possibilities. And just between our two chats, we've been talking about tasers off air too. Tasers have been in the community illegally for quite some time, and so is capsicum spray too. I've always seen people with it, women particularly back in the cities like in Melbourne, they've always had it. So I don't see how this is going to change. Maybe it's going to be a lot more of it available. The tasers, you don't hear of people, oh, this guy came into a store and tasered someone and took the the money from the counter. You don't hear it at all. People still walk into a store with a gun, whether it's fake or real, and hold someone up and steal the money that way, or a knife. Knives have been in the community forever. And
I mean, knives are in the kitchen. That's what I'm talking about. People are so worried about, but what happens if someone breaks into your house and you spray them and it injures them really bad? Well, what happens if someone breaks into my house and I throw something at them and it hits them in the head? And there are worse things that can happen.
If you whack them with a bat, or they fall to the ground and hit their head, you're in big trouble. You're going to jail probably.
I know. Someone could break into my home. Yeah. My reaction could cause them an injury, which would then in turn make me in trouble. Do you remember the Darwin Awards? Have you ever heard of those?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I still remember.
For idiots.
Yeah, but I still remember this one scenario. It's always stuck out in my brain where someone broke into a petrol station and they broke in through the roof and they fell through the roof, broke their leg, and then sued the petrol station and won. It's like, I'm sorry.
I've heard that one. Is that an urban myth or something?
No. If you get injured in the whatever, whilst committing a crime, you can still sue them. Even though you were committing a crime at the time of your injury.
Because they were so silly not to have their place completely secured so you couldn't break into it. I mean, there's a lot that goes on. Or
OHS, like slip and fall. Like, you can still get someone for a slip and fall even if you weren't meant to be there at the time because they didn't have the sign up. Or, there are so many instances where it's actually gone through, where it's actually worked, whether they're committing a crime or not. It's the same as how they say if someone comes onto your property and your dog bites them, they can still take you to court or whatever for your dog biting them even though you're on their property.
It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? I know that when I was in northwest WA up in Port Hedland, Karratha, they believed, wrongly, and even police were a little bit funny about it too, that you could, if an intruder came into your house, you could whack them with something or fire a shot into the air. They said, fire a shot into the air to scare them off. But you definitely could whack them with something. If they came to, they said no. And this was coming from the police themselves. I won't name names, of course. I don't even remember the names, honestly. But they said, look, you probably can, and we would, as police, we would probably not have any issue with you doing that. If someone came onto your property and broke into your house and you're under threat and you used some kind of physical device, like a baseball bat or a golf club or whatever, you gave them a little bit of a whack and they ran off, they would not allow you to be charged. Now, I wouldn't want to test it myself. I wouldn't want to risk it.
No, because I think that depends on exactly who shows up. For example, I know that in New South Wales, because my grandparents were farmers in New South Wales, my grandfather told me, and again, whether or not this is true or not, it's just what he told me. He said if you're a farmer and you had on the entrance to your farm, trespassers will be persecuted. You had to have that sign for anything to happen. Then if someone came onto your farm and because it's this whole thing in the Constitution about defending your land.
Right.
And then if you did something to someone who broke into your property, if you had that sign up, you actually couldn't get repercussions.
And is that why people put the beware of the dog on their fence as well?
Well, I've heard two things.
Would that cover you?
I have heard two things about that sign, and they contradict each other. So I heard that, yes, if you have a beware of the dog and then someone doesn't beware of the dog, well, too bad, we warned you. I've heard that, yes. But I've also heard that it's an admission of guilt, that if you have a beware of the dog sign and someone gets injured on your property, then you're admitting that your dog's unsafe, or else why would you have had that?
Right. So you shouldn't have had an unsafe dog in your yard, your own yard.
Exactly. So for people
to jump the fence and then get bitten by your unsafe dog.
Exactly. So I don't actually know. I don't know which is true. There's such Chinese whispers with this type of thing. I have no idea which is correct. I think it'd be an interesting
situation if someone jumped into your yard and got bitten by a dog. It's different if the dog got out. I think if the dog gets out, then you are totally responsible for that dog getting out. But I think if you're in this is yet again, I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm giving you my opinion. opinion. From my understanding is that if someone comes into your yard and gets bitten by your dog doing what the dog is there, we're growing up being taught about it. My mum used to say, if there's a dog in a car, that dog is there. Now these days when I say make sure the dog's got the window open, of course. But if the dog's in the car, it's there to do a job, right? It's there to bark at you and tell you off, don't go near that car. That dog is not a friendly dog while he's in the car doing his job.
That's it.
So we were taught that as kids. If a dog is in someone's yard, it's there to do its job. It may be a friendly dog. If the owner invites you in, come and pat Fluffy. Come and have a pat with Fluffy. He'll be okay. But if you're walking past and the dog jumps up at you, he's doing his job. Now, in this town, we do that all the time. I've got a little thing on my show, a little thing with dogs barking, and I talk about it. They jump up at you, particularly in Darwin. They're everywhere in Darwin, because for safety in Darwin, you've got the big fences, but everywhere you go, there's a dog there to stop people, intruders, coming in. And this is why people have dogs, for that safety reason.
That's why I got a dog, but I don't think she would do much. But, there's a lot of...
They probably won't do much, but they bark at you to scare you off.
There's a lot of hearsay about the signs and what we can and can't do in our homes. But one thing that is not hearsay is the OC spray. Oh, that kind of rhymed. Didn't even plan that. And so the OC spray, this is only a trial, so I've got all the info here, so I just want to let everyone know.
Let's go through that.
So OC spray is now available for purchase. To be eligible to purchase OC spray, which obviously was from September 1, a person must be over 18, present valid photo ID at the time of purchase, and complete a buyer declaration that you have no relevant criminal history, police or court orders, and you can only purchase in a store from declared firearm dealers in the NT, so like a gun store, which we have like 4 of them in town, FYI.
Right, okay.
So there are places that you can get it. People purchasing OC spray will be required to complete this buyer declaration of their eligibility to purchase, possess, carry and use OC spray for self-defense. A copy of the buyer declaration must be retained and held in your possession physically or digitally when carrying OC spray. Almost like a gun permit. Like you can't have the OC spray without carrying a permit. Yeah, the permit around with you. Because you'll be required to present this to a police officer when asked. So you could just randomly be asked to see a permit for your OC spray, which is fine. If you've got the OC spray, you'll have the buyer declaration form anyway.
But police aren't going to see it on you anyway. If you've got it hidden away on you, they're probably not going to ask for it because they're going to see it.
And that's another thing. So,
or have the time to do it either.
Exactly. So a list of declared OC spray of firearms dealers is available. You can just jump online and have a look at that. Now, as you were just saying then about, they're not going to see it anyway. So one thing that they have, put with this is that it can't be obvious, so eligible members of the public must not carry OC spray in a manner that exposes it to public view or more than 2 cans at one time. So the whole point is that even if you have it, you're not meant to be toting it around like...
Hey, I've got it here in my hand. I'm safe. I can walk through the mall at night at 2 in the morning.
Exactly.
Right.
Provisions have been
Probably
made...
best not to do any walking through the mall at 2 in the morning.
No. Provisions have been made for employers and employees. You can review the employer-employee fact sheet or the security crowd control fact sheet for more info. There's also an OC spray employer-employee declaration form on the website as well. You can read the OC spray trial general information fact sheet for more information, and there's also a survey because obviously this is all a trial. This is all a trial run, so you can jump online, just Google OC spray Northern Territory. It will bring you to the website, and you can just jump online and you can have a look at like where you can purchase it, where the stores are, all that kind of stuff. You can also have a look at the general info fact sheet, everything I've just gone through of what you need to apply for OC spray, as well as the survey, because once again, this is a trial run. It may not stay something that's legal in the NT. We'll have to wait and see.
Look, I don't want to see it being misused. I mean, people might try and use it on animals and things like that too.
Oh, don't even put that out in the universe.
It's just a horrible idea. But I think at the end of the day, we've had weapons in our community for a long time, and they sometimes get misused. Knives, maybe tasers. You don't hear about it a lot. We've got these things in our community. They're
the people. They're the people doing the wrong thing, not the device, not the thing.
I love that old line, and it's a famous line: "Guns don't kill people; people kill people."
Exactly right.
And that's really what it all comes down to.
And to be honest, with everything that we've had happen, the amount of trials and things that have happened when someone breaks into someone's house and the person who's the homeowner injures that person and then that person's in trouble, all of that. I mean, I think OC spray is probably the most humane way to go get out of my house, and here's a little bit of a spray to subdue you until the police can arrive.
Well, I think you're right about that. It's not... I don't think it's going to change a lot. Yes, there'll be incidents. I believe there will be incidents.
Always are.
There's going to be incidents where it's misused and someone gets, uses it for their own advantage. But those people, the law is there to catch them as well.
And
punish
Also,
them.
it's supposed to be hard to get. You have to fill out a form. There's a whole thing you have to go through to get OC spray. It shouldn't be getting into the hands of the type of people who are going to misuse it.
That's
Fingers
right.
crossed.
If you've got domestic violence background, you ain't getting any.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for Listen to Sun 969 Part 2 of the Morning Ramble. We'll be back tomorrow.